nice weather today. You can hear a lot of people screaming in the background, playing sports or something around here. And what's going on today? Just to note at first, today is actually supposed to be the day where they progress or not progress with that ban of things like DJI drones in the US. As of now, they haven't updated it yet, so maybe I'll update it a little later once I hear something anyways. But with that in mind, what else did I read today? How about this one? Apparently it deals with someone who's accused of using his drone to spy on people, and the way they discovered it is because apparently he crashed his drone on a property and they looked at the card and all that. This one says, Papillion man who used drone to film women, girl enters plea. A Papillion man accused of using his drone to film women and a girl in various stages of undress entered a plea Wednesday. Jamal Glow, 27, pleaded no contest to 4 counts of intentionally filming a person without consent. Each count is a Class 4 felony and carries up to 2 years in prison along with a $10,000 fine. Glow had initially been charged with 2 counts of unlawful intrusion before the charges were changed on June 4th. The Sarpy County Sheriff reported a drone had been found in a backyard near 64th and Michael Drive on December 5th. An SD card revealed an adult female and a 12-year-old girl had been filmed through a window. After obtaining a search warrant, investigators identified Glow as the drone's pilot. Glow is scheduled to be sentenced September 16th. When it comes to these stories, actually, in a lot of cases where people claim the drones and stuff are spying on them, that doesn't end up being the case. Whereas in this case, with that evidence, I guess it is a high probability that's exactly what he was doing, correct? I think it's a little hard to defend that. And another thing to point out too, people often say, for example, when it comes to these drones, oh, this is why you need harsh regulations and so forth. But by the sounds of it here, it sounds like he's being charged and punished just like anyone else. It doesn't matter what you're using. He could have been someone using, for example, a mirrorless camera with a telephoto lens, and it sounds like he would have been punished just as equally. So here's an example too. Over-the-top regulations and stuff, they don't stop, for example, criminals and so forth, and there's already laws and stuff to deal with people like this. And when I thought actually before of waiting for that story still, seeing whether or not the US is going to ban things like DJI drones in the US, how about this story when it comes to banning stuff? Apparently with all the tension between places like Russia and the US, there's sanctions that are going to stop trade, I guess, of the US dollar and euro. This one says, Russia, hit by new US sanctions, holds dollar and euro trade on main bourse. New US sanctions against Russia have forced an immediate suspension of trading in dollars and euros on its leading financial marketplace, the Moscow Exchange. The exchange and central bank rushed out statements on Wednesday, a public holiday in Russia, within an hour of Washington announcing a new round of sanctions aimed at cutting the flow of money and goods to sustain Russia's war in Ukraine. Due to the introduction of restrictive measures by the United States against Moscow Exchange Group, exchange trading and settlements of deliverable instruments in US dollars and euros are suspended, the central bank said. The move means banks, companies, and investors will no longer be able to trade either currency via a central exchange, which offers advantages in terms of liquidity, clearing, and oversight. Instead, they'll have to trade over the counter where deals are conducted directly between 2 parties. The central bank said it would use OTC data to set official exchanges. Many Russians hold part of their savings in dollars or euros, mindful of periodic crisis in recent decades when the ruble has crashed in value. The central bank reassured people that these deposits were secure. So it's kind of interesting too, because I remember reading before with all those different alliances that countries are doing, various places they will potentially, by the sounds of it, stop using US dollar as, I guess, the standard. So it makes you wonder how that will actually affect everything as well when that, or if that actually takes place. Again, with that topic of people banning each other and so forth, huh?
And a bit of an update, it doesn't seem like they actually voted on the actual bill, as they spent all day, it seems like, going through the NDAA, which is the National Defense Authorization Act. And it's kind of interesting as there was some talk about whether or not they're going to lump in, I guess, this DJI ban per se within this act. And if so, that would mean literally the entire company's product lineup in the US would be banned. So that's kind of interesting if that is true anyways, in terms of why they're delaying this.
All right, see you guys later.